news. The FBI, the feds, have video footage of a male sex worker. Also, Snoop may be brought up on charges of having something to do with Tupac's death. I've always said this. When it happened. I said, best believe that Snoop, I said, when the smoke clears, I said, Snoop is going to be on the same side of whoever it was that had something to do with Tupac's death. So we're going to be chopping it up about this footage that the feds have of this male escort. It looks like P. Diddy is definitely going down. You know, the charges, the accusations, is just every day it just stack up more and more and more. Why did they raid P. Diddy's homes? They were looking for footage. They were looking for video footage. Well, it's been well over a month since they had the footage. And best believe they have been going through that footage. And allegedly, they leak this video footage to CNN. The same way that CNN got the footage of P. Diddy attacking Cassie, now allegedly CNN has footage of this male sex worker. Yes. So we're definitely going to be chopping it up, and we are going to get to some shocking news. Now, when it comes to the Snoop situation, oh man, it's deep, y'all. It's deep. Snoop has been lying for over 20-something years. And we're going to see just exactly how Snoop gets caught in his lies. We're going deep down the rabbit hole. But before we get started with this demonstration, make sure y'all hit the like button. Click on those three dots and it will let you hit the like button. Salute to all my moderators. Salute to my replay gang. Salute to everybody that's watching from the clouds and in the bushes. Salute to you, him, and her. Salute to all my international folks. I get a lot of people that pulls up from the UK, Canada, Brazil, Ghana, Africa, Australia. So a big shout out to all of my international subscribers. Salute to all my new subscribers. Salute to the whole Rock Squad. Salute Jamie. I see you, Jamie. Salute Michael X. Salute Beautiful. Salute Sages. Salute Still Swinging Podcast. I see y'all down there. Salute. So let me read my disclaimer, and then we're going to jump into this demonstration, y'all. Let me read my disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It's all allegedly. So once again, everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. It's all allegedly. Salute Martha Brown. Salute Martha. Appreciate you for pulling up. Ghana is always in the building. Yes, they are. So how do y'all feel before we even get into this? How do y'all feel? Do you think it's a possibility that Snoop was jealous of Pac? Do you drop a one? Drop a one if you think that Snoop was jealous of Pac. Drop a two if you think Snoop had something to do with Pac's death. Salute Florida Queen. Salute Florida Queen. Appreciate you for pulling up. And we're going to, because P. Diddy is definitely in the mix of the whole Pac death and everything. So we're going to be covering, and we're going to be talking about the Snoop and the P. Diddy all in one. All in one. All in one. But as my sister says to me, we are living in the book of Revelations. She says that the years that we're living in, these times that we're living in, everything will be revealed. And we've been seeing that lately. We've been seeing that lately. Just all these things that's been coming out. All the people that's being exposed. But let's get into some audio recordings of Snoop. Now this comes from Discretion TV. A big shout out to Discretion TV. He broke it down excellent. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop it up on what Discretion TV has chopped up. Let's check it out, y'all. That's so right. Jamie says the Bible is definitely being fulfilled. That's facts. Michael X says Snoop Dogg helped set up Pac. That's facts, Michael X. Now, some of y'all probably already know this, but for the many that don't know, y'all are going to be shocked on what y'all are about to hear. Like I said, now this information has been out there. So this is nothing new. But for those that don't know, it's going to be new to you. And there are a lot of you out there that just don't know. But let's check it out, y'all. And y'all tell me what y'all think.
All right, Sean, you're on the air. What's up? What's happening? Is this a white guy or a black guy?
What's up? The white rapper.
Oh, the white rapper. Okay.
Yo, Snoop.
Yo, what's happening?
Yo, what's happening with that murder charge?
I won. It was a, I got acquitted.
Go.
You know, yeah, you won that. You were acquitted because, as you said in your defense,
I'm innocent.
you were innocent. The guy tried to pull a gun on you,
Exactly.
and you shot back.
In self-defense.
In self-defense, and the jury bought it, right?
Yeah.
Right, because that could have been life in prison.
Exactly.
Were you shocked that the jury went with you? Did you think that it would just be another case of the black man being sent away to prison?
I was unbalanced because you know OJ was like right down the hall from me. But when I say right down the hall, I mean like me walking outside the door.
Right.
So the only thing you were afraid of was OJ?
No, I don't
blame you.
know.
OJ would have
had just won.
But so you think maybe there was backlash? Maybe it could have been backlash.
How he gonna win,
Right.
and we gonna let him win.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Somebody gotta lose.
Right. You were on too much of a roll.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So in other words, I heard that after you got acquitted, that you threw a big party at your house, you had the jury over, and you had a big barbecue and everything, right?
Yeah, it went down like that. And one of the jurors did a rap for me.
Yeah, one of the jurors was out there. So you threw a party appreciating what they had done for you.
Exactly.
Right.
Now pay attention to the question, y'all. Salute Tina. Salute Tina. Appreciate you for pulling up. Salute Tina. Pay attention, y'all.
I didn't even got that close to the jury.
Right. It was a big lobster party, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yo, Snoop.
What's up?
Why'd you kill Biggie?
Well, what a thing to say.
What a thing to say. Now, you know what you need to do? You need to put this dick with these two balls on the side of your head and call back later.
Right. Didn't your faggot ass cancel your concert once Biggie died?
No.
Salute Tracy. Salute Tracy. So Snoop allegedly is being involved or questioned not only in Tupac's death, but in Biggie's death as well. Did y'all hear the question?
did, nigga, but I'm out here on the who is you anyway? Who is you? You unheard of white rapper? Eat a dick.
Right.
Oh, bitch. Yeah.
Come up here and see me, punk.
So in other words, do you get a lot of that? Do you get accused of like killing different people and stuff because you're in the rap world?
Nah, I mean, you know, that's a curveball, you know what I'm saying? But we deal with those, you know what I'm saying? We swing.
That's deep, y'all. That's deep. But this is just the tip of the iceberg. Yes, Mike X. Yes. This is just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to go deeper, y'all.
Nothing to do with the death of
Biggie
Biggie Smalls.
Smalls was a friend of mine. I spoke on that when I was here.
Right.
When Pac was alive, when Biggie was alive.
Right.
I had nothing to do with that beef. I was one of the mediators trying to make peace while that was going down. Me and Puffy was always cool through the whole situation.
I see.
They know what's happening.
All right. That guy was just trying to get under your skin, wasn't he?
Nah, he just trying to get on your show.
Right. And if he was down here, you
He
would
can
kick
get
his
under my
ass.
skin, he can suck my dick.
If he was, well, I'm sure he wants to.
I'm pretty sure the way he called up, it
Right.
sounded like he had a mouthful of...
You know what? All right. Okay. Smoking too much weed.
Yeah.
All right. So, in other words, a lot of guys are brave when they're on the phone, but if they would meet you in person, you would kick their ass.
Imagine a white rapper walking up on me saying what he just said.
That you killed Biggie Smalls. What would happen if he was here?
He disappeared so fast, he'd be as thin as that paper right now.
Really? You would bitch slap him?
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
But one of my entourage would.
You wouldn't even waste your time.
No,
You wouldn't even waste your
I wouldn't
time.
want to waste my money.
Right.
Yeah, because it costs you money to hit something.
Exactly. But one of the homies is slap beat his ass.
Roy, you're on the air.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
All right.
Howard, how you doing? Hey, Snoop,
What's happening?
can I ask you a question? Big fan, man. Like, since it came out with Dr. Dre and the Chronic, man. But, I was watching Extra the other day, and they said that you guys are involved in a cover-up about Tupac.
Involved in a cover-up?
Who are you guys? Who are you
Who was
guys?
you guys?
Huh?
Who is you guys?
Like you and Suge Knight?
I'm not with Death Row Records no more. I'm on No Limit Records. I ended my term with Death Row Records in 1996.
Right.
And those statements that you hearing are untrue. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You don't know what happened to this brother.
Don't know what happened. Ain't trying to find out what happened. Ain't inquiring. Don't know and don't want
I
to.
don't want to know.
I just didn't like,
Now, allegedly, Pac was, according to Snoop, Tupac was my friend. Salute Melanie, salute Melanie. Tupac was my friend. Even to this day, Snoop screams that Tupac was his friend. But when he made the comment, I don't even want to know what happened to him. But that's your friend. But there's more, y'all.
Dangerous to say you're inquiring because then someone will go after you, right?
No, I ain't worrying about that.
Right.
What he say?
I didn't,
Howard Stern said, so you just not, going really, because you may be scared that somebody going to be coming after you. Snoop said, nah, I ain't worrying about that. So why didn't Snoop inquire? Why didn't Snoop want to find out what happened to his friend and who done it? I'm telling y'all, this is just the tip of the iceberg. It's so much more. Let's go.
didn't like the fact that they were dragging your name through the mud.
That's right. Well, I'm glad you support me, man, and you hearing it from me, knowing that I ain't got nothing to do with that.
All right, man.
Now, if you get a bad review from a magazine, you don't go down and
Beat
jack up
someone's ass.
the guy who wrote it.
What do you think of Puff Daddy doing that? Beating some guy's ass.
Hey, if that's how you feel, tough daddy, go ahead and handle your business.
Now, let's spend a few minutes chopping it up. Why do y'all think? Why do y'all think that the callers, it was two separate callers, why do y'all think the caller asked Snoop the question about Pac? Let's start with Pac first. Why do you think the caller asked? Why do you think it was said, allegedly, that Snoop had some kind of involvement? They even mentioned the cover-up. Now let's go back. And y'all will hear throughout the interview, throughout the callers and all that, and this demonstration that we're watching, y'all are going to hear the situation between Pac and Snoop. At the time of Tupac's death, Snoop and Pac wasn't seeing eye to eye. There was some friction. There was something there. There was something there. Now, Tupac gets out of jail. Tupac gets out of prison, right? Tupac goes to death row. He joins death row. Before Tupac came to death row, Snoop was the man on death row. Death row was all about Snoop. Everybody, everything pertaining to death row, Snoop. In fact, Suge even stated to Pac, when Pac came to death row, Suge said, "This is the house that Snoop built," and that's true. So, Pac comes to death row. Pac is Pac. I mean, you know, before Pac came to death row, Pac had women. He had the women. Pac was dating celebrities. He was smashing celebrities. Now, Pac comes to death row. Now, even if you ain't a Pac fan, and I'm a big Pac fan, even if you are not a Pac fan, if you're honest, you got to give Pac his credit. It was just something about Tupac, his aura, the energy, the words that he spoke. We talking Tupac. Now, for those that wasn't alive and for those that wasn't around during Tupac's time, I could get it. Y'all might not understand it and y'all might not feel what we felt for Pac. But Pac was all that. And I'm a man. And I give a man his props. So now, but Snoop was all that too. You can't take from Snoop. So Pac comes to death row. Pac tells Suge, if you get me out of prison, I'll take Death Row Records to where no man has ever took it. Now, Pac wasn't coming to death row to shit on Snoop. Pac was coming to death row, really, to be honest with you, Pac was coming to death row because Suge came and got Pac out of prison. Pac said, if you can get me out of prison, I'll come and I'll make sure death row goes where no man can go. Some people say, Shank, it wasn't Suge that got him out of jail. It was Jimmy Iovine. It was Interscope. Maybe. I'm not here to debate that. But physically, it was Suge that paid a visit to Pac while Pac was in prison. All right. Now, Pac on death row. Pac coming to death row. All eyes on me. Everybody on Pac. Snoop even said, when the homie Pac came to death row, he was like one of my chicks. He was like one of my girls. Jumped shit with me and chose Pac. That just was Pac. You understand? Now, I could see where the issues started to come in. You got to give it to Snoop. Snoop, along with Dre, but as far as rappers, Snoop did build Death Row. He did. And I ain't taking that from Snoop. But Pac came and Pac just enhanced it. So now you got Snoop looking at Pac. Now, hold up, cuz. This me. Death Row is all about me. All that attention went from Snoop to Pac. I see everybody comments. I'm going to get to y'all comments. But if you would like for me to read your comment or a question that you may have, put it in a super chat. Click on the $ symbol and it'll allow you to get a super chat. And then you could put your comment or your question in that super chat. I see everybody's comment. And once I get my commentary out the way, I'll get to y'all comments. But get a super chat and I will acknowledge your comment now. So here come Pac. Pac riding. Pac doing everything he said he was going to do on Death Row. Now, before Pac got to death row. And I want y'all to remember this, and y'all will hear it again. Before Pac got to death row, salute positive vibes, the East and West Coast beef was already there. Pac ain't start no East Coast or West Coast beef. That East Coast, West Coast beef was already there. Keep that in mind. So for those that don't know that, for those that think it was Pac that started the East and West Coast beef, nah. That East Coast, West Coast beef started way back in the 80s. Boys in the Hood, that record, that Eazy-E rap, Ice Cube wrote that Boys in the Hood song for some rappers out of New York. And they dissed the hell out of Ice Cube and that record, that song. Ain't nowhere in the world we rapping that. Now, a couple years later, NWA and them, along with Eazy-E, they blows up off of that Boys in the Hood song. The same record that the New York artists, the New York rappers shot down and roasted. So now NWA and them, they blow up off of Boys in the Hood. Who dissed who first? It's a rapper from New York, from the Bronx, named Tim Doug. And he made a record called F. Compton. That's the beginning of your East and West Coast beef. But there's more. Let's go back to this audio, y'all. But I want y'all to keep that in mind.
When the New York record was first done, it was produced by DJ Pooh. It was actually a Biggie Smalls St. Ives commercial, and you could run a Google on that.
I know you're thinking, goddamn, what you thinking? No one can feel better. I used to be a hustler, now I'm a 22 guzzler. Other beers, I'm not loving you. Get the great chase, less filling. I'd rather have eyes and some dimes in the crib chilling, or in the six relaxing, others in the back, cracking six pack. With my back, big Papa, you.
That was a Biggie Smalls beat for a St. Ives commercial that DJ.
So for all y'all that remember that New York record by the Dog Pound, when the video, you got Snoop kicking over the buildings, Snoop is breaking it down. The track really was a Biggie Small track. He did a St. Ives commercial, but he didn't put the song on his album. So when Snoop heard the beat, he heard the track, he was like, let me get that track. Now listen to what Snoop gonna tell you about the track.
Who flew him out to do a commercial because St. Ives was the people that was paying rappers back then, and we fucked with Biggie and we liked Biggie. So Pooh, my right-hand man, gave Biggie the beat. So when I heard the beat and heard Biggie, I told Pooh, let me get that beat. He was like, all right, cool. Biggie ain't used it for his album. It was just for the commercial. I take the beat, put the hook on it, Corrupt put lyrics on it. We fly to New York probably about a month later. I go see Russell Simmons. We're in the back of a limousine. And I play the record for Russell. And Russell like, this motherfucking record is a hit. I'm like, yeah, nigga, we love Grandmaster Flash. And that's where I got it from. The hook is from Grandmaster Flash. So I'm like, I love them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Back to me showing love again. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to shoot the video in New York. We're going to bring low riders and everything out here. Russell was like, that'd be a dope idea. I help you get some of the rappers. Cool. So we finally scheduled it to come back out there to shoot the video. Get to New York. Go to Hot 97. Funkmaster Flex is on the air. We try to get up to go see him. We get froze. They don't let us up. We ain't tripping. We like, maybe he, interviewing him. Maybe we should schedule it or whatnot, but we don't get up. So we like, cool. We go back to the video shoot. We shooting in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Now, we turn on Hot 97. We hear Biggie Smalls on the radio. Red Hook, Brooklyn. Stand up. Tupac and the Dog Pound shooting a video in Brooklyn right now. I felt like...
Now, that's a lie. That's a lie because Tupac wasn't on death row yet, and Tupac was in jail. Tupac was in prison. So that's one lie. that we catch Snoop in. Biggie couldn't have said Tupac and Snoop is shooting a video. Let's listen.
I had a great relationship with Biggie, and I felt like we were showing love by doing the video. First scene we shot when we first got there.
Stop lying, Snoop. Stop lying. That New York record was a diss for New York. The video says it all. Stop lying, Snoop.
It was at Times Square. We had the lowriders at Times Square. A couple of New York rappers showed up. We was out there showing love, shooting a video in New York. Let niggas know. We didn't have social media back then, so we couldn't go on Instagram and be like, hey, my niggas, show up. The only word of mouth was through the radio station. So if we can't get to the radio, we can't get to the people. But remember what I just told you. Biggie gets on the radio after we can't get on the radio. And says what he says. Now we go to radio and we shoot. One of my homies from Naughty by Nature tell me, hey, dog, I wouldn't shoot the video over there. I would, bounce. I'm like, nah, we good. So now my daddy's a Vietnam vet.
Now you gonna hear later on, Snoop gonna make mention that he didn't even know nothing about the shooting, they trailer getting shot up. He gonna mention that it wasn't a call from Biggie. He gonna say, it was just probably some homies in that neighborhood that, kind of like wanted to send a message to us. He's clearly going to say that it was probably some of the fellas in that neighborhood that want to send a message. But right here, he's telling you somebody out of Naughty by Nature told him, nah, y'all might not want to do that right there. Stop lying, Snoop.
My daddy come back in the trailer. Man, a motherfucker, he's talking crazy, but we're like, man, this nigga, my daddy tripping. But my daddy really on some other shit because he a Vietnam vet, peeping gang. We ain't tripping. My daddy walk out the trailer, go to the store. 5 minutes later, I didn't take it as if he called the shot.
What'd he say? I didn't take it as he called the shot. Come on, man. Come on. It was all over every magazine. It's a known fact that Biggie got on Hot 97 and said, where Brooklyn at? Y'all gonna let them death row, y'all gonna let them dog pound niggas come over here and shoot a video? That's a known fact that Biggie got on Hot 97 and said that. That's a known fact. Salute, Tyson. I see you, Tyson.
I took it as if we was out of bounds and some people in that neighborhood just didn't feel us and was trying to, give us a warning to get up out of there. So, at that time, remember what my mind was. I'm on peace, but I'm still gangster. So, after we get out of that and get back to LA, the word is, Cuz got us popped at, but we never go public. And that's why y'all never heard about it, because we never went out.
Now, what'd he say? When they got back to LA, the word was, Cuz sent that hit. Cuz tried to get y'all popped. Now, you're going to hear him talk how me and Biggie tight, me and Puffy tight. Now, it's one thing if me and you have an argument. It's one thing if we have a fight and you get the best of me or I get the best of you. We're going to walk away. All right, you got out on me, I got out on you. It's one thing if you owe me some money or I owe you some money. It's one thing if you take my girl or I take your girl. But it's a whole nother story if you shoot at me. It's a whole nother story if I shoot at you. I'm sure everybody that's watching this right now feel the same way. You just, if somebody shoot at you, hey, bruh, you took it to a whole new nother level. Now, they shot up your trailer. Your pops was there, Snoop. What is you talking about? You just said your pops was there. But there's more.
We kept our head like, because it was my call. And Dog said, I'm gonna take that on the chin. So I take that on the chin, but other people on the label don't like that. They like, fuck that.
Right. And the reason why, because you got to understand what that label was about. You got to understand Death Row Records. See, this is what I respect about the young rappers. Believe it or not, I respect the younger rappers because they be talking that gunplay, but them young rappers, they really be on that gunplay. Now, I don't promote violence, but Snoop, you was on death row. Your homies was gangbangers. Death row staff was gangbangers. What are you talking about? But it was times when you and your entourage stomped out a rival, or it was times when you and your homies got out on other people. What are you talking about? You can't be gang affiliated. You can't be gangster when you and your homies got the ups, when y'all outnumber whoever it is that y'all going against. And then when whoever you going against got y'all outnumbered, now you want a peace treaty. Now you don't want to be so gangster. If you gangster, you gangster.
When I'm taking that on the chin, I smoked 20 twice. The first time was after Tupac died, and I was in Atlanta, and I seen Lil C's in the lobby at the Omni Hotel. And Lil C's is my nigga. I met Lil C's at the show over a bowl of cereal. He became my nigga after that. He was always locked and loaded. So I see C's in the lobby. I say, C's, well, Biggie, I want to holler at him. He's like, he upstairs. He want to holler at you too. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come upstairs and holler at him. We grab my weed, get my weed. C's take me upstairs. Biggie is upstairs in a walker, like what the old people walk around in.
Now this is after they trailer got shot at while his pops was out there. Now he want to go upstairs with Biggie. Let's listen, y'all.
And when I walk in the room, we started talking, and then he looked me in my eyes, and he say something that, you know what I'm saying, like he's sad that Tupac is dead, but I can look in his eyes and I can see that he hurt. He didn't even have to say it. I could see that he hurt behind Tupac being dead. This is not a man that's happy or glamorized. This is his friend that's dead, that they had a misunderstanding, and he could never get no justice for his emotions, but he's showing me his emotions. And he explaining to me how much he loved Tupac, and I ain't tripping. And not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident. Because
now y'all heard that, right? Now he claims, not one time did him and Biggie bring up that Brooklyn incident when the Dog Pound trailer got shot at or shot up. Listen, y'all. Listen to this line ass Snoop.
what's understood don't need to be talking. I ain't tripping. And not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident. And I ain't tripping. And not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident. Because what's understood don't need to be talked about.
Walk to the room. What did he say? He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't try to clean it up or watch. I heard it. I say, hey, cuz, I know you called that shot on. They missed. I forget you.
Did you hear him? Now he's saying, he said to Biggie, hey, cuz, I know you called that shot, but they missed. But remember, at first, backtrack, at first, what'd he say? Nah, I ain't feel that Biggie had something to do with that. I felt like it was, some homies in that neighborhood that, felt disrespected or felt like they wanted to send a message. Stop lying, Snoop.
You said that to him? On my mom.
Oh, Valentino giving me suits, gangsters.
So like, this motherfucking record is a hit. I'm like, yeah, nigga, we love Grandmaster Flash. And that's where I got it from, the hookers from Grandmaster Flash. So I'm like, I love them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? Back to me showing love again. So I'm like, all right, cool. We're going to shoot the video in New York, nigga. We're going to bring low riders and everything out here. Russell was like, that'd be a dope idea. I help you get some of the rappers. Cool. So we finally scheduled it to come back out there to shoot the video, get to New York, go to Hot 97. Funk Master Flex is on the air. We try to get up to go see him. We get froze. They don't let us up. We ain't tripping. We like, maybe he, interviewing him. Maybe we should schedule it or whatnot, but we don't get up. So we like, cool. We go back to the video shoot. We shooting in Red Hook, Brooklyn. Now, we turn on Hot 97. We hear Biggie Smalls on the radio. Red Hook, Brooklyn. Stand up. Tupac and the Dog Pound shooting the video in Brooklyn right now. I felt like I had a great relationship with Biggie, and I felt like we were showing love by doing the video. First scene we shot when we first got there was at Times Square. We had the lowriders at Times Square. A couple of New York rappers showed up. We was out there showing love, shooting the video in New York. Let niggas know. We didn't have social media back then, so we couldn't go on Instagram and be like, hey, my niggas, show up. The only word of mouth was through the radio station. So we can't get to the radio, we can't get to the people. But remember what I just told you. Biggie gets on the radio after we can't get on the radio. And says what he says, we go to Red Hook and we shoot one of my...
So, I mean, y'all, somebody got to make this make sense. Now, the man, Biggie, the rapper Biggie, that got on the radio and put that out there, somehow you and him as friends, and somehow, come on, Snoop.
Homies Naughty by Nature tell me, hey, dog, I wouldn't shoot the video over there. I would, bounce. I'm like, nah, we good. So now my daddy's a Vietnam vet. My daddy come back in the trailer. Man, motherfucker, he's talking crazy, but we're like, man, this nigga, my daddy trip. But my daddy really on some other shit because he a Vietnam vet, he peeping game. We ain't tripping. My daddy walk out the trailer, go to the store. 5 minutes later.
And let me just say this. Y'all was definitely out of pocket. If y'all thought for a second, now the rappers, a few of the rappers might have been scared of death row. A few of the rappers might have not wanted no smoke with Pac and them. But y'all was out of y'all mind for y'all to go to New York, any city, but y'all was out of y'all mind to go to New York and think that them dudes in New York wasn't going to be on y'all head. Is you crazy? Because the last time I checked, the same amount of energy that's in LA, best believe that same amount of energy is in New York. It's hitters everywhere. It's steppers everywhere. And once again, I don't promote no violence, but New York done what New York was supposed to have done. Y'all was pushing y'all muscle. Y'all was pushing y'all weight around, Snoop. So stop trying to make it seem like it was just Suge. Stop trying to make it seem like it was Pac that was pushing that energy. All of y'all Death Row record rappers was pushing that energy. All y'all West Coast rappers was pushing that energy. So stop using stop using Pac and Suge as the scapegoat. Snoop, man, oh man, let's go back to some more, y'all. But New York, they done what New York was supposed to have done. Y'all crazy if y'all think y'all gonna come to New York, diss us, and then come to New York and think y'all gonna shoot a video. Man, you can't make this shit up, Rock Squad.
I didn't take it as if he called the shot. I took it as if we was out of bounds and some people in that neighborhood just didn't feel us and was trying to, give us a warning to get up out of there. So, at that time, remember what my mind was. I'm on peace, but I'm still gangster. So, after we get out of that and get back to LA, the word is, Cuz got us popped at, but we never go public. And that's why y'all never heard about it, because we never went, we kept our head life. Because it was my call. And Dog said, I'm going to take that on the chin.
Now, After hearing that, could it have been when Biggie came to LA and when Biggie was fatally shot, could it have been that Snoop was behind the hit? Snoop said, I took it to the chin. Most of the times, I'm just being honest, when it comes to the streets, most of the times when somebody shoots at somebody, most of the times when there's gunplay involved, most people don't let that slide. Now, like I said before, a fight is one thing. You know, you beat me up, I beat you up. All right, we can move past that. You know, but most of the times when there's some gunplay involved, and then you got to remember, it just wasn't Snoop and the dog pound that was in that trailer. It was some of Snoop Crip homies that was in that trailer. So I just want y'all to keep that in mind. Could it have been a retaliation from Snoop the night that Biggie Smalls got killed? I want y'all to keep that in the back of y'all mind. Let's continue.
So I take that on the chin, but other people on the label don't like that. They like, fuck that. We're not taking that on the chin. I smoke 20.
What'd he say? Them other folks, his homies, his Crip homies said, we ain't taking that to the chin. Let's listen, y'all.
Twice. The first time was after Tupac died. And I was in Atlanta. And I seen Lil C's in the lobby at the Omni Hotel. And Lil C's is my nigga. I met Lil C's at the show over a bowl of cereal. He became my nigga after that. He was always locked and loaded. So I see C's in the lobby. I say, C's, what Biggie? I want to holler at him. He like, he upstairs. He want to holler at you too. I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to come upstairs and holler at him. Grab my weed. Get my weed. C's take me upstairs. Biggie is upstairs in a walker, like what the old people walk around in. And when I walk in the room, we started talking, and then he looked me in my eyes, and he say something that, you know what I'm saying, like he's sad that Tupac is dead, but I can look in his eyes and I can see that he hurt. He didn't even have to say it. I could see that he hurt behind Tupac being dead. This is not a man that's happy or glamorized. This is his friend that's dead, that they had a misunderstanding, and he could never get no justice for his emotions, but he's showing me his emotions. And he explained to me how much he loved Tupac, and I ain't tripping. And not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident. Because what's understood don't need to be talked. I ain't tripping. And not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident.
Grandma, you could craft a lock for your lizards.
Are y'all following this? Tyson, are you following this? Mike X, Tina, Beautiful, the rest of the chat, Still Swinging Podcast, OG Patrice. Are y'all following this? Are y'all listening? Appreciate that cash donation, Tommy. Appreciate that cash donation, Tommy.
I ain't tripping. Not once did we bring up the Brooklyn incident. Because what's understood don't need to be talked about. But
Walk to the room. What did he say? He couldn't say nothing. He couldn't try to clean it up or watch. I heard it. I say, hey, cub, I know you called that shot on. They missed. I forget.
Look, y'all, you can't make this shit up. Listen to him lie. Just listen.
You said that to him? On my mama. I felt like nobody got hit, so I let it go.
You know I'm finna get shot, robbed, or jacked, and you don't say nothing, you're a part of it. So that was his emotion. But me personally, I knew C's and Puffy and Biggie and all them. I don't think they set him up. I think it was some situations that caused that, and they couldn't prevent that. Mm-hmm. And it was nothing that they could do. So it was like it puts both of them in a twist because it's like, y'all my homeboys, y'all let me get shot and blah, blah, blah. But it's like, really, what could they do? You may have created that situation.
Yeah. Snoop Lion is here.
And what do you know? What do you know? Mike X said he lying on his mama. And what do you know? Y'all remember when he changed his name to Snoop Lion? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You can't make this shit up.
And I'm glad you shedding some light on this. You're reincarnated now.
Yes, sir.
You know, I always want to ask you, when's the last time you saw Pac? This is my last back in the day question until we talk again. When last time you saw him, and where was you the day he was shot in Vegas?
Wow, the last time I saw him, he was laying in the bed, holding on to his last breath. Man. Well, I had seen him before that because we left New York. We had just left New York. I had got off the radio station with Angie Martinez, and that's when me and him like clashed because she asked me on the air, "How do you feel about Puffy and Biggie?" And I said what I felt. They're my homeboys. I love them. When I got back to the hotel, it was a whole nother atmosphere. Like,
All right, y'all, we're going to chop it up. I'm going to take some of y'all comments. We're going to come back, but I'm going to take some of y'all comments. I know y'all been dropping comments. I'm going to take some of y'all comments. Mike says he lied on his mama. Exactly. Tyson says, folks who are guilty always have. Now, Tyson, you know the old man cannot pronounce that word. But, yeah, I mean, Snoop. Now, the only way that I will give Snoop the benefit of the doubt, Mike says Tupac predicted his death. Exactly. The only way that I'll give Snoop the benefit of the doubt is if it was West Coast gang politics. And it could have been all politics. We know Snoop is from the blue side. Now, maybe Mike says that Tupac know death was coming. I think he did, Mike. Now, maybe, and I heard somebody mention this, that Snoop main problem with Pac was when Pac came to death row, Pac chose the red side. I heard somebody mention that earlier today, and I had to think about it. I had to say, you know what? Maybe Snoop is on the blue side. Maybe Snoop was hoping that Pac would just ride it neutral. Now, that's a possibility. I will give him the benefit of the doubt on that, because one thing that we got to keep in mind when it comes to LA, when it comes to California, Compton, when it comes to them, when it comes to the red and blue, it's a lot of politics that goes on. And if you're from out of town, you're definitely not going to understand their politic game. Mike says Pac wasn't no blood, and that's true. Salute No You says, I think it went down to red or blue. I could see that. And that's all I'm saying. And maybe Pac wasn't Mob, maybe Pac wasn't Pyru, but Pac was hanging out with the red side. Now, Pac's group, Thug Life, they were on the blue side. They represented the blue side. So I know that Rated X, I think Big Psych, and I forgot my other man name. I know that they felt kind of disrespected a little bit because he was rolling with the blue side at first. But once again, see, that's that gang politics. Mike says mob stands for mind on business, and it also stands for money over the B word. Now, if you talk to the Bay Area rappers, if you talk to Richie Rich, if you talk to E40 and them, they like to believe that when Pac says M.O.B., because Pac was screaming M.O.B. before he got to death row. Now, if you talk to the Bay Area rappers, they'll tell you that their mob, when they say mob, when they say M.O.B., they're saying money over the B word. And Pac said that in several of his records. He said that in some of his records before he got to death row. So that's the big question. Was Pac blood or not? Mike says Pac was a Black Panther. That's facts. Mike says Pac's best friend was a Crip named Big Sight. Exactly. No, you says the friend of my enemy is my enemy. And see, that's when that politicking and all that comes into play. Now, my understanding, my perspective, y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, my perspective on it, Pac wasn't neither blood nor Crip. Pac wasn't blue, Pac wasn't red. Pac had homies from both sides. And that can happen. You know, that can happen because Pac was Black Panther. So Pac was coming from a military mind. So Pac wasn't tripping on the blue and red. And in fact, even out there in California, you got some blue side that's cool with the red side. You got the red side that's cool with the blue side. Death Row was made up of both the red and blue side. The blue side was the rappers, the producers, besides DJ Quick. DJ Quick was on the red side, but the red side was the security. So you can coexist. The blue and red can coexist, especially when the color that they banging or the color that they repping is green. So, but we're going to find out exactly was Pac blue, was Pac red, was he Crip, was he blood? But let's get back to some more, y'all. Let's get back to some more. Pac played both sides, very dangerous, but her heart was of a Panther. And that's facts, Tyson. Mike says Tupac wasn't a gang member. All facts. All facts. But when you got homies that's on the blue, when you got homies on the red, come on, we all know how the male ego responds to things. We all know how men think. It could be something that small, and especially in that gang culture. You know, you on the blue side, and you know, you see him with the red side, and you know, you might get offended. You on the red side, you see him on the blue side, you might get offended. You get caught in the crossfire. Exactly. Exactly. Let's go back to Snoop lying ass.
He said his homeboy up to get the bud from me as opposed to him coming to get it. Mutai came and got the bud. Pop on some bud. Well, hold on. Tell him to come up here. He ain't coming up here. Give me the bud. I'm going to take it to him. So I felt funny. Mm-hmm. And then my uncle said something about, you know, they downstairs talking and blah, blah, blah. So when we got on the plane to go back to LA the next day, Suge didn't let none of my security ride with me. I had to ride on the plane with him, his homies, and Pop. And it was the most uncomfortable ride I ever had in my life because my nigga didn't say nothing to me the whole ride. And that's a 5-hour flight on a private plane. Yeah. So I walk up to him like maybe 3 hours into the flight, sit next to him like, you going to Vegas, cuz? And he turned on me like this and start talking to somebody else. So I'm like, all right. So I go in the back, put the blanket on my head, knife in my hand, fork in my hand, and just sleep the rest of the ride. Because I feel like they finna try to do something to me. Mm-hmm. So when I get off the plane, we land, he walk out, I got a Rolls Royce, he got a Rolls Royce. He walked down the steps, I walked down the steps. We meet right here. I'm like, cuz, you going to Vegas?
As a matter of fact, that night he was going to Vegas, I was sitting in the car with Snoop. When he pulled up beside us, they was in Rolls Royces, and he looked at Snoop like, hey, y'all, you ain't going to Vegas? Snoop was like, nah, man. All right, man, be careful, peace. And they pulled off.
Wow, so you saw him the night before he went to Las Vegas?
Yes, and then as a matter of fact, when Dr. called, after that, I went home, we played Madden with Snoop for a little while, went home.
You know, niggas like, turn on the news, guys. I'm at Warren G house. We turn on the news, see yellow tape, Suge, BMW. Mm-hmm. Call Suge, he like, yeah, they Wack people, come on out here now. Drive out there, I see him in the bed, laid up, no words, no conversation. I see Jesse Jackson, his mama. His mama pulled me to the side. And she made me feel like a real player. She tell me, my baby loved you, and I love you. And I don't care about, she just hit me with what I needed to hear. Mm-hmm. You know, coming from my mother. She was strong at the time. Everybody else was crying and breaking down. She was real strong. And she just held me real tight and she just said a prayer. I went there, I hollered at him for about 20 minutes and I went in the bathroom. I fainted, I threw up. I just was like, I was gone. Like my whole, because me and my homie wasn't straight. You understand what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not even gonna be able to apologize to him, or even just to tell him, I feel you, I'm wrong or whatever. We never got that day, and that's the way it ended with me and him, to where he passed away, and I never got a chance to, you know, apologize or even just tell him, you know, what is it? How can we fix this?
Wow. Now, knowing that, what advice would you give to some of these artists?
That I meant it, because that's the emotion that I was feeling when I was in the studio.
You know, I remember one moment in time, man. I want to go back to it, man, because I was there. It was a pivotal moment in hip hop, and this was back when the so-called East Coast West Coast beef, which we both agree wasn't a real beef.
Nah.
That was just the media played up something, and then people started getting hurt because of it. But I was at the Source Awards at this time. It was in the middle of it, and I was sitting behind Dave Mays, actually. And I remember Suge came up on stage and made a comment about Diddy, or it seemed like he was talking about Diddy.
Everybody know he was talking
about Diddy, all right, being in the videos. And then Snoop, man, you were loved by everyone. You, Ice Cube and you were the first to really be loved by everyone.
Yeah.
Across the board. You got on stage and you said this.
The East Coast don't love Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg. The East Coast ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg and Death Row. Y'all don't love us. Y'all don't love us. We let it be known here.
What compelled you to do that? Like, that was a bold ass move. It was in Madison Square Garden in New York City. What compelled you to do that?
Because if you come from a gangbang mentality, and you know when you outnumbered, you either step up to that outnumber and you go in there and you go lose your life, or you politically conversate your way out of that. And now,
there you go. Y'all heard him mention political. Remember, I mentioned there's politics out there in that gang world. So there's Snoop mentioned the political side of things.
It was a political move to show that I was not afraid, but I know where I'm at. And I respect y'all because y'all respect me. Y'all love me. That's the reason why we're here. Y'all love Dr. Dre. That's the reason why we're here. Y'all love Death Row. That's the reason why we're here. Now, despite what this man has said, y'all love us. So look at the love factor as opposed to what he said, because he's not talking to y'all, he's talking to him. But New York felt disrespected because Puffy shined it on like, I ain't tripping. But New York was like, nigga, we tripping. You understand what I'm saying? Which they had the right to it. Wasn't nobody right or wrong, but I just say Puffy was a big man, but not, he could have turned the light on.
Yeah.
And if he'd have turned the light on.
Now, I'm going to let it play just a little, but then we're going to go to the video, the footage that the FBI allegedly has of a male sex worker of P. Diddy. But notice how he gave P. Diddy his props. Notice how he gave P. Diddy his credit. Now, maybe, just maybe, that P. Diddy, what he's being accused of, maybe back then, maybe P. Diddy wasn't in that type of lane that he's in today. Because the P. Diddy of today, nah, we can't give him the flowers and we can't give him the credit after we seen P. Diddy attacking a helpless female on video. Tyson says crazy because Pac and Puff was close too. Facts. Mike says he was jealous of Pac. No, you says you didn't love Pac.
It would have been lights out.
It would have been lights out. And
Trust me.
He took the high road.
He really did. He allowed me, because he came on before me. Don't get it. Suge came on, then Puffy and Faye came on. And Puffy said, hey, some, don't even, I ain't tripping, And he went off. Then that's when I came on and won. And that's when I said what I said, because it was some ooh, boo. Oh, wait, hold on.
Y'all was getting booed by New York regardless of what, Snoop. That's the same Source Awards when Outkast won the best rap group album. Outkast got booed. Stop trying to clear shit up, Snoop. Call a spade, man. Stop bullshitting. They was booing West Coast, period. They was booing y'all, period.
No. Y'all ain't got no love. That's when it was put into effect because I heard boos and I heard it felt like they didn't hate me, they hated the situation. And then that's when I began to see that this wasn't for me. I started to see that death row wasn't for me at that time, because when you put all of our lives in jeopardy like that, you don't care about the business.
But you put death row lives in danger when you and your security guard caught the unalive charge for the dude that rolled up on y'all. See, this be my problem with folks. Folks will ride with you. Folks will agree with you when it's beneficial to them. The second that is not beneficial to them, man, they come out and they start saying all kind of slick shit about you, all kind of bullshit about you. Salute 80s, baby. Salute 80s, baby. He ain't even paid Suge bond. You got to go back, Snoop. Go back when your ass was on trial, right? Who did Suge put as your security to keep, to keep folks from running up on you? Suge put his My Pyru security squad to be your security up at that courthouse, Snoop. But see, it was okay because it was benefiting you. It was okay, and I'm going to say it again. It was okay because it was beneficial to you. But now when Pop get in a situation, when Suge get in a situation, now it's, oh, I ain't with all that gangbanging stuff. I ain't with all of that. I'm with peace. I'm over here. Come on, Snoop.
And that's what happened. Our lives was in jeopardy because we was dealing with a bunch of people who had no rap careers, who just was in there just loving hip hop and loving New York. And you gonna disrespect us in our living room? And we got the door? Close the door.
Yeah, chain it up.
You just thought. Y'all just thought. Same way when Death Row went to the Jack the Rapper down there in Miami. Y'all thought because y'all was from West Coast. Y'all thought because y'all was from LA and all that, and y'all was gangbanging. Y'all thought New York was going to chump down. Call a spade, Snoop. Call a spade. Y'all was moving. Y'all was pushing y'all muscles around. It wasn't just Suge Knight. It wasn't just Pop. Snoop, you was pushing your muscle around.
Well,
Yeah,
Cold 10, it's there.
Okay. That was it. You know, give me 1 second. Two more questions, and then
I took that from Joe Clark.
Oh, you took that. And then since now you talked out, you and Suge, you guys.
Hey, nephew, you know me, man. Yeah. I don't leave nothing in the past. I go deal with everything. Anybody I ever had an issue with, I go see them. Yeah. Because I don't want no issues. I don't want no problem. I'm not walking around here looking to fight nobody, shoot nobody, getting into nothing with nobody. So I learned this from Minister Farrakhan. The bigger man is the one that comes and apologizes, the one that says, I'm sorry, I apologize, I'm wrong. Even if you're not wrong, you take the high road. And that's what Puffy showed you that night, that he took the high road. He knew he wasn't wrong. He could have just easily set it off and it would have been a beautiful situation for them on us.
All right. We're going to end that on the Puffy note. Now, I will say this. I will say that that's true. That's true. The bigger man or woman will apologize. You know, it doesn't make you soft. It doesn't make you less of a man or woman if you apologize. It don't make you less of a gangster. You know, it don't make you a punk. It don't make you weak. It just makes you smart. You know, when you have a problem with somebody, you know, the smart thing, and it's just an opinion, the smart thing, in my opinion, is honestly to just say, hey, look, wave the white flag. You know, because at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Although some situations, hey, it is what it is. But most situations, honestly, it's not worth it. My 52 years on this earth, 9 out of 10 situations, you can wave the white flag. You can. 9 out of 10 situations, you can be the bigger person and say, hey, look, man, I apologize. My bad. But some situations, it is what it is. But that was, you know, the right thing to do. So now we're going to go to this footage. Salute, Leslie. Salute, Leslie. Miss Parker, 80s baby, salute. Now we're going to go to this footage, allegedly, that the feds have of a male sex worker of P. Diddy. And last that I checked, they are looking and they will be bringing charges against P. Diddy, allegedly. So I want to ask you all, what happened to P. Diddy? What happened? And I asked this several times. I'm going to ask it again. Do y'all think that P. Diddy was this way before the money and power came? Do y'all think the money and the power is what changed P. Diddy? Or do y'all think somebody could have spiked his drink or gave him some bad drugs? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do y'all think Tyson says, yes, money don't change you. It heightens who you really are. And that's true. I believe that and I've heard that. OG Patrice says, he was already that way. The money and fame just made it worse. No, Michael X says, money do change people. It does. No, you says, I think he was groomed to be a groomer, a.k.a. someone made him like that. Mike says, money changed Meek Mill. Salute, Tammy. Salute, Tammy. I'm glad you caught the live, Tammy. Salute, Tammy. Mike says, the love of money is the root of all evil. I'm coming. Leslie says, it was already in him. That's who he was long before he got famous. Tammy says, yes, in my opinion, the money, power made him that way. No use says, to be honest, because he tried to make more like himself. let's see what this came out. Mike says, money is evil when not handled properly. Tyson says, Puffstein about to snitch like his father did. Mike X says, Diddy became a billionaire. Tammy says, is it true that they're thinking about reopening Kim's case? I'm not sure of that, Tammy. I'm not sure of that. Let's see what this is. Kim Porter had life insurance. All right. Diddy might have planned that. Randall says, and anything I do or have intentions is key. OG Patrice says, there's a petition online to sign up to have Kim Porter's case reopened. OG Patrice says, there's a petition online to sign up to have Kim Porter's case reopened. Would any of y'all like to sign that petition to have Kim Porter's case open? Is there anybody out there that would like to have that, sign that petition? Mike says, how? I'll sign it. Tammy says, yes. OG Patrice says, it's on change.org. I already signed it. Make sure y'all go to change.org. All right, let's go to CNN, y'all. Let's go to CNN. Let's go to CNN. Tammy says, thanks, OG. Tupac trial coming up. All right, y'all. Looks like let's just go to CNN. Salute Eye of the Storm. Salute Eye of the Storm. Appreciate you for pulling up. Eye of the Storm. Salute.
CNN exclusive, the Department of Justice may be taking steps to indict music mogul Sean Diddy Combs.
Two sources close to the investigation tell us that a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers. Since November, Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 of them directly accusing him of sexual assault. CNN entertainment correspondent Elizabeth Wagmeister is here with more on her exclusive reporting. Elizabeth, tell us what you're learning.
We have learned from 2 sources that potential witnesses have been contacted and notified by federal investigators that they may be called to testify in front of a grand jury. Now, there is no timeline for when this may happen. We are hearing from sources that the investigation is very much still underway. We remember back in late March when 2 of Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami were raided. That was the start of this criminal investigation, and now with our reporting that this could go to the grand jury, this is absolutely the biggest escalation in this investigation and gives some indication that authorities are looking towards a possible indictment. Now, as you mentioned, there have been a slew of lawsuits against the music mogul. He faces 8, 7 of which are directly accusing him of sexual assault. I hear from a source that many of these accusers who have filed these civil suits have been brought in for questioning, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many of these potential witnesses have been cooperating with these investigators, some even offering up evidence that they believe could be of note for this investigation.
Elizabeth, the majority of the plaintiffs in the civil suits, they've now been interviewed by federal investigators in the criminal probe. We know that LAPD previously said that they couldn't bring charges based on that 2016 Cassie video because of the statute of limitations. What could federal investigators be looking at here?
That's absolutely right. Because of the statute of limitations, that provides really a blockade for many of these accusers. But we do know that this federal investigation, which to your point, Boris, is of criminal nature, is largely based on the accusations that are in these many mounting lawsuits. So this is a criminal investigation at this point. Of course, we remember that when Diddy's homes were raided, that his attorneys called it a gross overuse of military force. They called it a witch hunt. We know that Diddy has denied many of these allegations that have come against him, although he hasn't responded to all of them. So at this point, it is an investigation. We have to wait to see where this may go. But again, this is a large escalation now that we know that potential witnesses have been notified that they do want to bring them to testify in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. So much more to come, but also, another thing that we have to watch out for, Boris, as these current cases are being litigated, are more accusers going to come forward. There's been a constant domino effect since November when that first lawsuit from Cassie came out, and now could there be more?
Yeah, they just keep coming, they do.
One thing I learned about the feds, Mike says Diddy is untouchable. Tyson says they should take Diddy's passport away. Mike, it's a lot of people in the feds that once was untouchable. It's a lot. Now, that's fresh off of CNN's press. That was released 2 hours ago. That was released 2 hours ago on CNN. So, and according to them, you know, these ones that are on the civil suit and with the allegations, they have been coming in and they have been being questioned by the feds. And some of those accusers has said that they have evidence that could incriminate him. So believe me, the feds, they're doing their job. Now, it's a possibility. Now, I don't think it's a strong possibility. I think it's a possibility that he may not be charged. I think that possibility is a weak possibility, but it is a possibility that he might not get charged. It is a possibility that he might escape from doing some prison time. I think it's a weak possibility. I think it's a strong possibility that he's going to prison. I mean, something gonna stick. Something. Some prosecutor, some DA, somewhere is going to make something stick. I could be wrong. Mike says LAPD was scared to charge him. Tina says got back food. So we know that the accusers has been brought before the grand jury. So, I mean, with all of the accusations, I could see if it was maybe just one. He got a lot. It's a lot that's stacked up against him. A lot. And I think back to the John Gotti. I want us to go back. I want to take y'all back to the John Gotti era. Now, when John Gotti caught his Fed case, he beat the feds. He beat the feds. I can't remember what it was that he beat the feds. John Gotti goes out and does what? He gets a billboard. Huh? He gets a billboard. Or was that Nicky Barnes? It was one or the other. It was either Nicky Barnes or John Gotti. After beating the feds, went out and got, no, Nicky Barnes was on the front cover of a magazine with Untouchable. John Gotti got a billboard. Yeah, he got a billboard with his picture on that billboard. And that's what made the feds mad. One thing that I learned about law enforcement, you don't want to make law enforcement mad. O.J. Simpson, in my opinion, he made the law enforcement very angry. So they couldn't get him. And that's why many believe that they set that up as far as them stealing what was it, baseball or football cards and all of that. Many people feel like they set that up. Tammy says, these people once upon a time afraid of him. Why tell now? Something happened to they're no longer afraid to talk. And that's correct, Tammy, because I believe they know he's going down. And that's why they coming out. Tina says, exactly, Shank. You already know something is going to happen with it. He's black and a rapper and got money. He's going to get something. They will do anything to bring us down, especially if you're on top. Mike says the trophies. Salute, Jennifer. Appreciate you for pulling up, Jennifer. Now, like I said, when it comes to P. Diddy, it's like he got too much going on. You know, Mike says, I ain't think Diddy able to go to prison. I think he going down, Mike. I think he going down. And I'm just keeping it 100. R. Kelly went down. Bill Cosby went down. If P. Diddy doesn't spend some time in prison, something ain't right. If P. Diddy doesn't spend any time in prison, something ain't right. Mike says he got info on too many people in the entertainment industry. True. Tina says, exactly, Tammy. OG Patrice says they're not afraid to talk anymore because he has lost his power and influence. He's done. Stick a fork in him. Tammy says they sure did. Exactly. That's why they're no longer scared of him. He ain't got that power no more. Let's go to Suge Knight. Let's go to Suge Knight. When Suge Knight lost his power, when he lost his money and all of that, man, niggas was knocking Suge out. They was throwing drinks on him. Once you lose your power, once you lose your influence, it's a wrap. And it happens to the best. It happens to the best. P. Diddy has lost his power. They wouldn't dare come out against P. Diddy. But now look at everybody that's coming out against P. Diddy. All right, I think this is all right. Let's tap into this, y'all. We might.
News coming in from CNN this morning.
All right, let's tap into this. All right, let's tap into this, y'all. This fresh off the press.
Big news coming in from CNN this morning as they are reporting a federal grand jury may soon hear from Diddy's accusers, prompting an indictment. Also, they're talking about the evidence that was seized, which is video evidence, and they've been going after the people that are in the videos. Did they know they were on video? Plus, a new male ex-worker has been questioned. Ooh, Diddy, this is not looking good. Diddy, here, hot for play. I appreciate all you guys have been watching. Retaliation. We're going to be live later today talking about this and so much more, so you're not going to miss it. But first, breaking news, I wanted to break this down all for you so you know how big of a deal this is. CNN is reporting through their sources that a federal grand jury may soon be hearing from Diddy's accusers, which would prompt an indictment. For those of you that don't understand what this means, so a grand jury is used to sit there and decide whether the prosecutor's evidence has probable cause, and if they can actually issue an indictment. It's kind of like a pretrial, so it basically helps to ensure that, yes, the crime we are accusing this guy of is bulletproof, we have the evidence, you believed it, it's all fair enough to go actually press charges against this man. So, look, that is not good. Diddy can't like that this is happening. Now, why is this getting leaked? That's another question I want to talk about with you, and we will, along with what is this video evidence that they've apparently been sifting through. It's probably why it's been taking so long, but apparently they've been going after the people in the videos as well. And yes, a new male worker has been questioned, someone who has not filed a civil suit yet. Man, there's a lot to go through, but first, let's watch CNN's report, and I'll give you my theories after.
Since November, you'll probably remember that Combs has been named in 8 civil lawsuits, 7 directly accusing him of sexual. CNN's Elizabeth Wagmeister has all of this new reporting for us. Elizabeth, what more are you learning?
Good morning, Kate. So this is obviously the biggest escalation since those March raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami. We are now hearing that federal investigators are preparing to possibly bring witnesses in front of a federal grand jury in New York City. What we have heard is that possible witnesses have been notified that they could be called to testify. Now, sources do caution that investigators are still in the process of gathering information. In fact, they are still calling in new witnesses, and they have called in some witnesses multiple times. We also hear that the majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear.
Now, it's important that Lil Rodney was one who said he hadn't been called. Now, he shouldn't be saying stuff like that. It's just odd, and he hasn't spoken about it recently, to my knowledge. But if he was spoken to, I'm sure the feds are telling him, hey, shut up, stop talking, because they do want to try to be very careful on how they let some of this stuff get out. But the fact that they're going to now put the accusers up to a grand jury to sort of test this out and see, are they credible? Is this believable? Do we have enough proof? Whew, Diddy, man, you're smoked.
Hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into this federal probe. Now, a spokesperson for Homeland Security did not respond to our request for comment about the presence of a grand jury, but
of course they can't, but how did you get this information, CNN?
they did confirm that this investigation is presently ongoing.
Which we knew, of course it's ongoing, but yeah, how did they get this information? Did the feds actually want this out to try to get people to be more encouraged to come forward? We'll talk about that more in a second.
Elizabeth, what are you learning about the evidence that investigators could be reviewing here?
So, as I mentioned, those federal raids that were conducted on his homes back in March, obviously a lot of people wondering what was seized. Well, we are learning now that federal investigators are in possession of video footage that was taken inside of Combs' residence. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me, and that they have been brought in for questioning through these federal investigators.
Stop right there. Woo, there it is. Now, the feds have the video footage. The feds are calling in these people that is on these video footage. One particular person was a male sex worker. Huh? Now, what do y'all think? What do y'all think these people is going to say? What do y'all think these people that's on that video footage doing no telling what? What do you think when those people come in? What do you think those people are going to say? The male sex worker, What do you think he's going to say? This ain't no running a traffic light. This ain't no stealing candy out of a store. This is something heavy. This is something heavy. They don't want the male sex worker. They don't want the people that's on that footage. They want P. Diddy. Yeah, this is scary. This is crazy. This is crazy. Tina says, this is wild. It's wild. They want P. Diddy. Now, you tell me what would you do if your ass was the male sex worker? What would your ass do if your ass was on camera in a goddamn orgy? Ain't no telling what they saw. Ain't no telling what them people, because I best believe the majority of the people that's on that footage didn't even know that they was on that footage. Huh? Now, what do y'all think they gonna tell? What do y'all think they was telling the feds when they came in to get interviewed? Mike says this might be the end of hip hop. Tammy says, I hope they tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help them God. Tyson says, Between the Cheeks, new Diddy album coming out this summer. I like that. I like that, Tyson. I mean, hey, but see, it's the process. What was the first step? They raided his home. Now they already got other charges. It's other things that's out there as well, right? But they got this video footage. All right, what did they do? They going through the video footage. OG Patrice says some of them know they were being taped, most probably didn't. So now they're calling in these people that's on that footage. Now they have called in the male sex worker. It's no telling. Like I said, it ain't no telling what's on that footage. I mean, Diddy.
Now, when the raids first...
We're going to get there, but just reiterate right there. They just had CNN. I think they did this on purpose. Tell Diddy, because Diddy's hearing all this, Diddy's lawyers are hearing this. We have video evidence from your house, brother. We have the video evidence. Not only that, we have it with a male ex-worker. That's going to send shockwaves to many people who may have been out there being like, oh no, they don't really have the video. They don't have the video. Now they're saying they have the video. Which video? There's so many chess moves now that the feds can do as they now close the walls in on Diddy as he realizes, oh crap. But not even Diddy, because I'm sure Diddy's aware or cleared things or not cleared, whatever. The people who may have been worried, did Diddy tape me? Now they have a lot more worry when the feds come back and say, yep, we have that video.
Happened. We had a law enforcement source tell us at CNN that the investigation was largely based in sex trafficking, which is what HSI specializes in. Now we are hearing that scope has been widened and that investigators are really looking into all of these claims put forth in these civil lawsuits. That would include not just sex trafficking, but also money laundering and illegal drugs. I have a source who tells me, quote, this is much bigger than just these lawsuits.
Man. They are after him like crazy. There's a lot to digest on this, but again, I'm mostly shocked and surprised that now they're admitting that they've spoken to these accusers, but I think they're doing this to get Diddy nervous. But more importantly, I think they're trying to set a precedent out there that, hey, Diddy did something to you, come talk to us. We are going to do this. We're taking this very seriously, so much seriously that we're doing a grand jury to ensure that this goes through. And it's a smart way to do that so they can feel more confident to any of these witnesses who may be on the fence. And this idea that they're now throwing out there that, yep, we have evidence, including video from inside the residence. So anybody who's ever done anything questionable inside that residence, which we all assume people were doing, are now going to feel even more nervous and worried because they're going to go, crap, did they have my tape? Did they see what I did? did they see what he did to me? This is going to get insanely interesting soon because it's a game of chicken. Is really what this is. Of oh no, do I tell on him before someone comes to me? And the fact that the feds are now going after people they've seen in the videos. That anybody who maybe been hoping they could stay away from it, now they're not going to be able to stay away from it when they say, well, we have you on video, sir, ma'am, doing this. Can you care to elaborate?
And that's how they got him. And that's how they gonna get him. Did y'all hear my man? Did y'all hear my man? That's how they got him. And that's how they see how the feds work? Y'all see how they operate? Now, just imagine the people that's on the footage. Imagine the ones that didn't know that they were being recorded. Now, you know the ones that didn't know they was being recorded, you know they gonna be pissed. Man, this motherfucker, man, video recorded me, man, and I'm on this damn footage. They got me doing this, they got me doing that, all this kind of crazy stuff. Woo, 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 woo. They gonna be the first ones to talk. The ones that didn't know that they were on that footage, they gonna be the first ones to talk. Now, depends on who knows what attorney that's on the footage. Who knows the politician? Who knows on, I don't know, because I wasn't there. But who knows exactly on that footage? Now, you know they gonna be mad. They gonna be pissed. Obama, what if, oh my good. Hey, man, hey, look, hold up, Mike. Now, the Jay-Z and the Oprah, LeBron, Mike, slow down, Mike, slow down. Obama, if it's Obama, I'm done. Y'all will never hear from me again. OG Patrice says, Jaguar claims she's on a Diddy tape with Jay-Z. Lord have mercy if I see Jaguar, right. But if I see Obama, Jay-Z, I expect to see Jay-Z. Oprah, I expect to see Oprah. LeBron, I expect to see LeBron. Obama, Ann says he looked like he was on Russell Simmons Island in that apology video. Possibility. If I see Obama, if we see Obama at a Diddy's party, I'm done. Florida Queen says Diddy is going to say they knew that they were being recorded. Damn. After this and just seeing this, and you look at the problems that you got, like I look at the problems that I got, I'll be like, man, let me shut the hell up, because Diddy's problems, now that's problems for your ass. I'll be like, damn. Tammy says, Tyson, yep. Zulu says, y'all falling for the hook, getting caught up in this foolishness, and y'all forgetting about the Keefe D connection to the Tupac on the live. Stay woke. Yeah, we on that. We definitely on the Keefe D, but the Keefe D has been quiet. So right now we just basically reporting what's trending. So as soon as we hear something new from the Keefe D case, you know, we definitely will be chopping it up, Zulu, but we just chopping it up what's trending. So let's get back to my man.
This is a huge deal. Huge deal. They are contacting people that they found on the tapes. And at least one male ex-worker who claims he has been victimized by Combs has been questioned during the investigation, one source saying that the individual was seen in footage that is in possession of the federal investigators. I mean...
Now, just look at that right there. I see you, Jennifer. I see you, Jen. At least, I want y'all to follow me now. At least one male sex worker who claims he has been victimized by Combs has been questioned during the investigation. There it is, right there. You know what he gonna say.
Diddy, my man. Diddy, my man. They are coming at you hard. You were out there, I'm going to defend my name and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, because you probably thought you were still in good with the feds. Because everyone's called you a fed. Because a lot of your associates were clearly in with the feds, as we learned from your madame, one of your madames, which we exclusively reported on here. And we got more coming, so make sure you hit that subscribe if you haven't already. But my goodness, this is big. So big, in fact, that we got to go live. We are going to be live today. I missed our live yesterday. We will be live this afternoon. In fact, we'll be live earlier this afternoon, probably actually in an hour or so. So make sure if you haven't already, join our notification squad.
Go subscribe to my man.
Hit the bell to all notifications.
Popcorn Planet. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Popcorn Planet.
And watch the videos as you get alerted. Leave your comments down below. Are you
Make sure y'all subscribe to Popcorn Planet.
Surprised by this? There is so much more to unpack, including this whole Rolling Stone expose, which also just dropped last night and details a lot of stuff that we're going to be breaking down through the live as well. There is a lot of Diddy.
Let's chop it up, Rock Squad. Now, Tammy says Diddy is a cheek-seeking snitch. What do you say, Tammy? What do you say, Tammy? Tammy says Diddy is a cheek-seeking snitch. Everybody say, well, most people say he's fed. So what happened? You know what I mean? What happened? What happened? Who did he piss off? What did he do that he wasn't supposed to do? Because regardless of what, they aired all of this out there. So his brand is done. That's one thing that we could mark off the bucket list. His brand is done. And he'll never be able to get no money under his name for a very long time. He'll have to go underground and get other people to get things in their name for him. Ain't nobody gonna want to deal with Puffy. Ain't nobody gonna want to do business with P. Diddy. It's too much around it. It just wouldn't be a smart move. Nobody ain't trying to be in bed with P. Diddy. Look what happened to those that did get in the bed with him. Wow, Diddy. Wow. P. Diddy just... Tina says Diddy is fried. Exactly. Tammy says he hung himself, in my opinion. He really did, Tammy. He really did. It's like that video. The video was the nail in the coffin. Can't get around that video. That apology speech, that was like the icing on the cake. It's like, bruh, you doing too much. You doing too much. You doing too much, Diddy. Make sure y'all get my likes up. I know y'all don't see the like button, but if you hit the three dots, and then the like button to come up. Get my likes up, y'all. We're going to go to Candace Owens. Candace Owens got something to say. That's how you know it's bad. Let's see what Candace Owens got to say. Jennifer says, yes, it's hard to find, but I found it. Okay. Let's see what Candace tweeted.
We'll jump to this immediately, guys.
The allegations against Diddy don't seem to be stopping anytime soon. An American commentator and author, Candace Owens, is the latest one to come out with her own stories about the bad boy mogul. For starters, she seems to think that the reason why Diddy's gotten away with so many crimes for all these years is the fact that he's working with the FBI. In a tweet, she talked about how people called Kanye a fool when he tried to out Diddy, but he's been right all along.
But as far as Meek Mills, Puff Daddy, whoever, none of these, all you fake hard you. Wait, hold on. All you fake hard you. You know what I'm saying? I don't get because you can't shoot nobody anyway, and the reason why you got talks because you did a deal, you fed. You know what I'm saying?
Do we need the hashtag? I'm sorry, Kanye. Do we need to get some hashtags going on? Giving Kanye his flowers. He told us. Kanye been trying to tell us for the longest time.
That's why you gotta come at me, because part of the deal for you to be a doer and get out of jail is that you promise that you gonna go pull my coat card. So y'all shut the up about me. Now let me say it calm. You shut the about Michael.
For starters, she seems to think that the reason.
Listen, I expect Kanye's, along with Cat Williams, ideas on how celebrity life actually is underneath, guys. I expect these things to be absolutely true, guys.
The reason why Diddy's gotten away with so many crimes for all these years is the fact that he's working with the FBI. And in a tweet, she talked about how people called Kanye a fool when he tried to out Diddy, but he's been right all along.
Looks like Kanye West just leaked some of his text messages from Diddy. This is getting interesting.
Now, for those of you who don't know, Owens was talking about the time when Diddy was exposed on an episode of Drink Champs a few years ago. But suspiciously, the video was deleted a few days later. A few years later, Kanye also released screenshots of a conversation between him and Diddy, calling the diddler out for being an FBI informant to protect his own dirty secrets. So Candace officially confirming that she believes what Kanye was saying.
They can't control it. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James.
Okay.
They can control Jay-Z or Beyonce. But not you, man. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
And not just that, though. Kanye's also been naming a few celebrities who are Diddy's accomplices when it comes to all of his illegal dealings.
All right, let's go.
And, man, if you look at how big that roster is, you'll probably lose your mind.
They ain't giving us credit, giving us acknowledgement. I don't want your acknowledgement. And I went so far past any level of acknowledgement. I was banished, I was exiled, I was canceled multiple times. So what I had, like, my kids that show up to Sunday service right in front of everybody. And you know what I mean? Like, I'm crying to see my daughter and all of the usual suspects, the handlers, Dave Chappelle, Meek Mills, Diddy.
The handlers.
All these people are in a position now for us as celebrities. They got to call and put a leash on. What we going to do with that? He delusional, that's the best. Dave, give him a call. Diddy, give him a call. Tell him we ain't like the t-shirt. Tell him, like, right now the agenda is this is the voting agenda for the celebrities, for the black. Make them do exactly what LeBron would do. Make them do exactly what Drake would do. And y'all know my stance on this.
You know, since Kanye's never had a problem calling people out for their dirty crimes.
That's exactly why no one wants Kanye saying anything any longer, bro.
It makes sense how he was exiled from the entertainment industry by the people in power who painted him as an idiot who would say anything for attention. But everything Kanye has said in the past seems to be making a lot of sense now, don't it?
We'll see.
And that's so true. And that's why I say to people all the time, sometimes y'all got to pay attention to the real stuff that people are saying. Whether you agree with it or not, whether it's the unpopular vote, it might be 7 of y'all. And this one person might be saying this. And the 6 of y'all might gang up on that one person. But you gotta sometimes step back and say, hold up. You know what? Just because it's you alone standing on what you're saying, let me investigate this. Let me do my homework. Because the last time I checked, everybody can be a follower, but it takes a special person to be a leader. And most of the times, the one that's standing alone, that's the solid one. Most of the times. Most of the times when you see the people that's in the pack, most of the times when you see a group of people, all of them ain't keeping it real. So let's just get back to Kanye. Kanye was kicking us. He was giving it to us straight and raw. But a lot of us, you know, because we was going by what they was saying. We was going by what the media was saying. We was going by the popular vote. We was going by the popular vote. The popular vote was what? Kanye is crazy. Kanye done lost his mind. Kanye don't know what he talking about. But years later, Kanye knew exactly what he was talking about. He knew exactly what he was talking about. Same way with Tupac. I always go back to Tupac. Tupac kept it 100. I ain't gonna say nobody. The popular vote was Tupac was jealous of Biggie and P. Diddy. That's what the popular vote was. Nah, Tupac was on the money about what he was saying about them. Tupac was the first one that was exposing P. Diddy. So I'm gonna say it again. Sometimes you're gonna have to get away from the popular vote. And sometimes you're gonna have to listen to the one that's solo. It's a reason why that one person is by themselves compared to the group. Now, it's okay to be in a group, but is everybody in your group, is everybody solid? You get where I'm coming from? Now, we take P. Diddy situation. Look. Tammy says, true, Shank. Ann says, I can't pronounce that. Treatment still won't change him. Ann says, Kim's moms was trying to get him into a conversationship like how Wendy and Brittany are. Tammy says, Tupac was a genius. Exactly. You know, and like I said with Kanye, a lot of people, I always knew what Kanye was speaking. I always knew that it was real. I always knew that it was facts. The only thing, there's only two things that I had about Kanye when he snatched the, who was that was getting that award? Was it Taylor Swift? What white girl was getting that award? Y'all remember years ago? And Kanye snatched the award from her and said, Beyonce had the best. That was the first issue that I had with Kanye. And then the Taylor Swift. I ain't like that. I didn't like that because she won that award and Kanye ran on her parade. That I wasn't feeling that at all. I was like, nah, Kanye, you was out of pocket for doing that. You should have let that girl. Yeah, that was rude. It was rude. It was rude. So I wasn't feeling that when he snatched that from Taylor Swift. And then the second thing was them damn boots. Y'all see them, Kanye? Y'all see them boots that he was wearing? I said, man, if you don't get your motherfucking ass in a Foot Locker or a Shoe City or somewhere, them damn boots, those were the only two times that I was against Kanye. Outside of that, I wasn't against Kanye. Tammy says, me either, Shank. He was tripping that day. Yeah, he was tripping. He was tripping. It was a part of the show, believe me. And I get it. Because and some people, somebody had explained that to me. They was like, well, Shank, the reason why he snatched it from Taylor was to get the attention on him, to start the controversy. And I get that. But At the same time, you know, how would you feel if you won an award? You know what I mean? I'm all for doing your thing. But if it got anything to do with disrespecting somebody else, then you can't do your thing. Find another way to do your thing. But back to Kanye, he was kicking facts. He was kicking facts. And that's why, because if we go back, Kanye will tell you, he could have been a rapper, but he said Jay-Z only wanted Kanye to make the beats. Jay-Z only wanted Kanye to be the producer. So Kanye would have been out as a rapper. And says pop stars don't beef, so opening her up to other fans. Tammy says he think he was trying to impress Jay-Z and Beyonce. Right. And it backfired. It backfired. Boy, oh boy, P. Diddy. P. Diddy.
Summer's here, and so too are its many challenges. Heat that won't quit, hammocks that won't hammock.
What about Diddy? Now, is Diddy gonna get convicted?
Diddy going to jail.
You're sure about this?
Diddy ass going to jail.
Let's check out Wack 100, y'all. Let's see what Wack got to say. I'm not gonna hold y'all that much longer. Let's see what Wack got to say about P. Diddy.
Diddy. Now, is Diddy gonna get convicted?
Diddy going to jail.
You're sure about this?
Diddy ass going to jail, but it's riding on the mule. That mule is key.
The drug mule dude?
That mule is key. You gotta follow it. You got the people in Virginia saying they wanted some pink cocaine. By the way, Tucci, whatever the fuck it is, I know I'm getting away from it because I don't even know what the drugs are these days. I'm like, the fuck is the pink cocaine?
Yeah, I've heard.
Right? Whatever it is,
Right,
right?
that stuff, yeah.
They're identifying that a certain individual flew that in. Diddy called that it flew in. Right? Now, they're identifying the mule as the supplier. If that mule says, yes, I gave that individual that, they're going to pick that individual up. They're going to put 10 to 15 years in front of this individual because they got the people on the other side already identified. The call went and you showed up on the plane. If that mule says, yes, on that date, I gave this individual something, they're going to pick that person up, put a nice piece of time in front of them. That person is going to then say, I'm not doing that time, and identify that, yeah, I got a call, right? Once all that happens, that's drug trafficking, and you the kingpin, you who they trying to make Young Thug to be, right? Then you got the thing up there in New York, right? Which the feds gonna play with that because the girl was underage, right? So now the sex worker shit, I don't understand that because you taking care of somebody, looking out for somebody, and they fly to you and y'all have some sexual fun. I don't understand that, right? Because I guess everybody's guilty of flying a chick out, right, to Miami, beat me in fucking Atlanta or whatever. I don't know what that is. But if that mule flips, Diddy ass in trouble. Well, let's stop.
It's just too much, y'all. It's just Diddy. It's too much. It's too many. You know what I mean? It's too much. Tammy says, remember, he begged them to come to his wedding. Kim tried to be close to Beyonce, but she didn't care for Kim. Kanye kept trying to force the coupleship with the Carters. Ann says, Mill already took a drug diversion. See, he got too many people that could possibly snitch on him. It's too much. It's a different story if you had if it was just one person and you'd be like, damn, is she gonna tell? You got, the deck is stacked against him. You know, it's like he could catch this kind of case. He could catch that kind of case. It's just too much. It's too much. It's too much hanging over Diddy's head. It's too much. So it's too much, y'all. That's all I can say. It's too much. I just don't see him getting out of this. I don't see no way around this for Diddy. Is there anyone out there? Drop a one. Drop a one if you think Diddy will get away. I'm curious. Do y'all still think, is it anybody out there that still thinks that Diddy won't go to prison? Drop a one before we get out of here. I'm going to let everybody leave. But before we get out of here, is there anyone that believes Diddy will not go to prison? Drop a one. Let's see. I'm curious. Drop a one if y'all think Diddy won't go to prison. Leslie, we got one person. Why do you think Diddy won't go to prison, Leslie? It might be something that I missed. It might be something that I missed. Why do you think Diddy won't go to prison, Leslie? Ann says, who reported the new info? CNN, what number for maybe? CNN reported the latest news. Garrett's dropped the one. Garrett says, I was pulling for Diddy, but it's over. They said they got footage today of a known worker in Diddy's house. And they brought that male sex worker in. And that male sex worker said what? Said that so it's too much. You know what I mean? It's too much. It's just a matter of time. And see, the feds, they crossing their T's and they dotting their I's. So when they come get them, they got them. Leslie says, I feel like Diddy going to take his own life before going to prison. I'm with you on that, Leslie. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that. Ann says, I mean, it's the footage from a party. Not sure, Ann. Not sure. Not sure if it's from a party. Not sure. Not sure, Ann. Yeah, Jennifer. Yeah. They on them. They got them. I mean, and like I said, in my opinion, honestly, even with the statute of limitations running out in California, man, look what he done to Cassie on videotape. So, I mean, dude, you got to do some time, you know. And I don't wish, let me backtrack. If you are guilty and if prison time falls under what you've done, now the question going to be, okay, for the assault on Cassie, even though the statute of limitations has ran out, how much time would y'all recommend? Ann says J-Lo and Ben are getting divorced. Wonder if it was over all this. Who knows? Jen says, Tammy, I wonder too. Jen says, I think she knew it was a matter of time. Right. How much time would y'all give Diddy if y'all was the judge and he was found guilty of that assault on Cassie? How much time would y'all give him? Justin, salute. Justin says, the man has too much money to go to jail for stuff like this. He will pay people off and his businesses will shield him and others will take the fall. Settle with Cassie, don't forget. That's true, Justin. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Michael says the death penalty. I would probably give him like about 12 years. I'd give him 12 years, no parole. Garrett says they want Diddy and Alcatraz. Tammy says life without parole. Mike says rest in peace, Tupac. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Salute to all of y'all. Salute all my new subscribers. Salute to my moderators. Salute to the Rock Squad. Salute to the replay gang. Salute to y'all that's in the bushes and watching from the clouds. Salute to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate y'all. Salute, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Salute.